I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I need to start looking into trading. Apparently, I'm in the wrong. I've been doing this wrong for too long, man.
Just a little bit, yeah. No. So, okay. So we're gonna get it.
You don't think that's a good idea?
No, not for you.
To do not trading officially, but invest in stocks and stuff.
No,
like Bitcoin and stuff. That's not
Bitcoin's fine.
No, but I'm saying it's like Bitcoin, where there's not a lot of difference.
It depends on what you're doing. Okay.
No, I'm not talking about.
It really depends on what you're doing. All right. First of all, if you don't understand it, don't ever put money into it, no matter who says that you should.
Now, you say understand it. Are you talking about just math?
I'm not talking about just math. I'm talking about the stock itself. I'm talking about the range. I'm talking about how it actually grows, et cetera, et cetera. But, okay, the reason why we're talking about this, obviously, you guys all know it's all been all day. Everything all day has been about this GameStop trading. Okay? And if you don't know what happened, so the hedge fund managers were trying to pad their stocks. And they were trying to do that by shorting other small stocks.
They're being greedy.
They were they were trying to get more money for their people.
But I'm saying, you're manipulating the system.
They were manipulating the system to try and they were destroying a stock basically to manipulate the system and make some money. They were betting on the failure. Of a system. They were betting on a failure of a stock. Okay,
gotcha.
That's what shorting it is. So they were shorting the stock. Okay,
gotcha.
Shorting the stock. And there's a huge investment side of Reddit apparently.
Oh yeah, no. Well, Reddit has everything. There's a huge side of everything on Reddit.
Yeah, right. But so they've got a huge investment side on Reddit where you can go and they've got all these different things. Well, one of the threads happened to be a conversation about this that was going on where one guy, he did the research, he went through it all, he found out that these hedge funds were betting against GameStop. And he said, hey, you know what would be funny? if we game the system.
Yeah.
If we short the short.
Yeah.
And the best way to game the system and short the short is to what? Make the stock explode. The only way to do that is to buy it.
And they did. Lots of it.
Oh, God, did they. Oh, God, did they. And, fair's fair. When we heard the story, we didn't know anything about it last night. I didn't care about it. Wasn't even thinking about it. I just saw a blurb on it, and then some. What do you guys posted about it on the Twitters? So what we said last night about it being, nobody being able to do anything, blah blah blah. That does still make sense, but the reason why it actually exploded was because
it's not
people wanted to game the system.
Yeah, it wasn't because there was a female. Head of the treasury.
Nothing to do with the female head of treasury.
As I was reading that article to be, it was because of the fact that you had the hedge fund managers trying to game the system.
And there was at least one guy that found it.
And said, oh, nay.
And he said, you know what? I'm going to take this to Reddit.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Exactly. I'm going to take this to the one place I know it can go viral. Wow. And that's Reddit. So that's what that's I don't know if it's he or she. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Okay? They took it to Reddit, and they said, hey, we're going to start buying this stock as much as you're available, as much money as you can put into it. Start buying this stock. GameStop stock was like $20.
Yeah.
And then it became $40. And then it became $70. And then $100. And then $200. And then $300. And then $400. And by the end of it, by this morning, by
the time they caught everything and fixed it,
yeah. By the start of business this morning, it was $480 a stock.
That's insane.
And that's like a couple days. Okay. Here's why Here's why there's so much crap going on about this. The hedge fund managers shorted the stock, and they tried to short it exponentially. I mean, they tried to burn it. They're like, you know, Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty from the new one, where like he's gonna burn it. That one, yeah. That they did that. They were trying to do that,
and they didn't do it very well.
They failed so bad that they literally had to bring the entire weight of Wall Street down on everyone.
This is what happens.
The hedge funds were about to lose over $70 billion that they'd have to pay back when it falls. But like if they failed, they have to pay it back immediately. This was a bet among bets, man. This was so much money.
This is, again,
it's like the housing, you know, the movie where they're talking about the housing bubble, The Big Short.
Yeah.
This was that, where everybody, but the housing bubble was different. Everybody was investing in it. Yeah. And one guy was like, this is going to die. And he shorted it.
Yeah.
And he won. Well, this was the opposite. Everyone was shorting the stock. And all the bigwigs decided to short the stock. And us little guys, Little John Does and Jane Does out there.
Yep.
Busted it wide the heck open. Because of that, Ameritrade, Robinhood, all of them were forced by Wall Street, by the biggest wigs that you can get of the biggest wigs in the financial sector.
And there are some doozy wigs out there.
Oh, they are some
big
doozies.
Ones.
Like they are powdered wigs have nothing on these. Okay.
Ooh.
We're talking beehive. All right. All up there. Whoop, whoop. Queen Victoria's going through. All right. Those guys came down on all of these companies. Anywhere where you could buy individual stocks. Yeah, no, sir. This morning, they decided to shut it down. You could no longer buy the stock. You were only allowed to trade it. And still, it went up to 480. It only dropped down to 341 right now. By close of business, it was still on 340. Or, excuse me, 311.
I wonder if these folks are still trying to hold on to everything.
Well, they are.
But I'm saying because eventually they're going to let up on the freeze.
Yeah, well, they have
eventually.
to. They have to. So there's two things that have happened right now. Two things. One is the story that we have right here, and the other one is the one I didn't pull up because it's just a reference. Our entire legislative branch is up in arms with Robinhood. They want to bring them.
Yeah.
They want to bring them in front of Congress. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it was like because it was all Robinhood's fault.
Apparently, yeah. They're trying to blame Robinhood and pigeonhole them, but it wasn't Robinhood. Robinhood just responded to the pressure because they're a company.
Yeah.
Now, they shouldn't have because their entire purpose was to bring Wall Street to the home.
Yeah.
That's their entire deal, was to make it simplified so anybody could do it. Now that somebody did it.
Yeah. Now it's a problem.
Now it's a problem. So a federal class action lawsuit was filed on Thursday. That's today. Against stock trading company Robinhood after it restricted customers from buying shares of GameStop this morning.
Yeah.
And other stocks popularized by the Reddit forum Wall Street Bets.
Yeah.
Attorney Alex Cabasieras? Yeah, Cabasieras.
Hashtag nailed it. Hashtag like a native.
Thank you. Filed a lawsuit in the Southern District of New York on behalf of the plaintiff Brendan Nelson, a Massachusetts resident. On Thursday, Nelson said that he logged into his Robinhood account and discovered that GameStop stock had just disappeared from the app. It was gone. It was no more. Robinhood also prevented users from buying any more of its shares. The complaint filed by Cabasieras argues that Robinhood purposefully and willfully and knowingly removed the stock GME from its trading platform in the midst of an unprecedented stock rise, thereby depriving retail investors of the ability to invest in an open market and manipulating the open market. Now, this is true. This is all true.
No, it is.
They did do this, but it's not necessarily their fault. They're not the only ones to blame. Let's put it that way. They're not the only ones to blame.
Yeah, it all starts with the hedge funds.
Right. It started with the hedge fund guys. And when the hedge fund guys said, no, this can't happen, they pushed the biggest firms in Wall Street to apply pressure to everyone.
Yep.
Everyone.
And Robinhood crumbled.
And Robinhood fell in the wake. And now Robinhood is going to become, it's going to be the sacrificial lamb, and it's going to be destroyed, which is going to stop you from being able to trade as quickly and as well.
Yep.
It's going to hinder the normal guys from doing what they have been doing. It's going to stop them from being able to do what they have been doing. Now, I understand why this class action lawsuit is happening. I get it completely, but you're attacking the wrong people.
Yeah.
You're attacking the wrong guys. I know. It's incredibly upsetting that they would falter to this because their entire purpose was to,
I mean, it's their job. That's what they created. That's what they were created for. That's what they did.
Steal from the rich and give to the poor. That's Robinhood.
Yeah,
that was the idea behind it.
I hate that. I hate that whole thing because
it's not really true. It's
accurate.
No, it's taking back the taxes and fighting against
tyranny, and corruption. I digress.
That's actually what it truly is fighting against the tyranny of these giant corporations.
And they instead
of Wall Street,
they succumbed to it.
Yeah,
they literally fell right in front of it and said, "Oh no, master, we won't let this happen no more." And
if this is the okay, keeping it with medieval because why not? It's Robin Hood. This is Robin Hood shooting himself in the face with an arrow.
Yeah, I got this.
Falling on his own sword. This is literally in that realm. This is that idea.
Yeah. Again,
they're allowing themselves to be crushed,
and they did
because they faltered.
I wonder if Robinhood's going to be around after this.
I don't know. I know I have like 1 or 2 stocks from them.
I did, but apparently my account's not being found.
You have to like update it or whatever.
I guess because it didn't recognize me. So
yeah,
I was gonna say I've got like $10 in different ones I got for free.
I mean, it's whatever, but.
Not anymore. I mean, I ain't losing nothing because I didn't put anything into it.
It's not your money.
I was going, after seeing all this today, I was like, maybe I should.
Well, you should. Okay, you should. But you should only play.
Well, not through Robinhood, no.
No. You should play with it, but you should only play with it if you have money to play with it.
Yeah, and
it's basically gambling, and it's high stakes gambling.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing I could do with the crypto.
Right.
Like for me,
I leave it alone.
Yeah, you find something that has a steady, gradual gain, and you just throw some money into it and walk the hell away. And unless you start finding out, and you check it periodically, and unless you start seeing it plummeting, or you get your little notifications that something happens and it's suddenly crashing like bad. And we're talking, when I say like something reliable, I'm talking like
truly reliable.
Apple. You go for the big stuff that is going to keep growing at least for a while.
Right.
That's what you go with, and you start getting it, and throw a little bit into. I don't know if you can do.
You can do small bits.
Can you do small bits like you do with crypto?
You can pop in $10, $20, $10.
Oh yeah. Then if you could do that, then heck yeah. Then you start working on something that is at least going to keep growing, and until the day that happens that Apple crashes and suddenly is no more.
Right.
Then you hold on to it, but otherwise you make money from it.
You can slowly invest in blue chips all day long.
Yeah.
The blue chip stocks, you could slowly do it all day long.
And it's an investment. Like I said, that's what I do with the Litecoin. I just threw a whole bunch of money. I bought like 3 or 4 of them back when it was like $30.
And it was fine. No big deal.
Yeah, now they're worth $150 a piece.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
I bought, I put a total of like 300 into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Back when it was 7,000.
Yeah. I wish
it was still 7,000, which is still a lot of money, but
it's
my 300
the jump is paid off.
My $300, last time I checked, was like $1,200 now. I was like, all right, cool.
And that's what it is. You keep an eye on it. Otherwise, you just leave it as a point that money can grow for you while you.
Let's put it this way: we are in no way investing professionals.
No, dear God, no. I can't do math for crying out loud.
Absolutely.
No, do not come to me.
Don't come to us with it. But what I will tell you, the one thing that I do know that I've taken from financial advisors and professionals, if you don't understand it, do not touch it. At all. If you don't understand it, don't touch it. do your research, verify your stuff, make sure you're putting it into something that you know you can trust, or at least you have more than 70% idea what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm there. Sorry, I was reading.
Yeah, I know. You're reading a tweet.
And I'm trying to, I'm really confused about this. I don't.
What's that? What?
I can't. And it's been a day. I don't know if my has been bugging me. So I don't know if I'm just mentally.
It's been a day.
Well, no, again, I'm telling you, man, I have been having a headache.
You need to go to the doctor. I know you don't like those words. You need to go to the doctor.
No, it just, I'll be fine. My tumor will calm down here after a little while.
Yeah.
No, but I'm trying to understand. So Adam W. Johnson, Robinhood caused a kid from Lincoln to commit suicide and no one in Congress cared. But now, ... But I agree that that retail investors should not have their own stocks frozen. AOC is the biggest defender of retail trade right now.
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Well, she's. I've been seeing junk about her lately, and I'm not.
Even a broken clock is
right twice a day. Yeah.
So we can. That's as far as I'm going with that. That's not a thing, but I just wanted to make sure that we opened with our mistakes because we didn't know what we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's fine because we were just making light of the situation. That's how we do sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And two, now that we do know what's going on, we wanted to make sure that you guys knew.
And now I feel bad that I didn't get in on it before.
Because it was only like a week. It was only this past week.
We still had time to get some.
I know. We should have gotten it. I didn't know. I didn't know.
I'm going to start looking now. You bet your ass I'm going to start looking now.
Now you're going to go to Reddit?
No, not Reddit. You know what? I've tried to learn Reddit. I really did. I can't figure out how to operate it. I can't.
You look up anything. Just look up anything. It's a thread.
I did. See, I've seen people who go to Reddit and they're like, hey, we're going to watch, footage from, actual wars and conflicts going on over there.
Yeah.
And the unedited stuff where you watch some guy get his leg blown off and all this other stuff. Yeah. But like real, like videos of this kind of stuff, I've typed in the search thing. And it took me 2 weeks of fiddling with this before I realized that in order to search for anything, you have to put the r/.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. So every time I typed something in, it said we couldn't find it.
We don't know what that is.
We couldn't find it. And then even once I figured that part out with the R and all that jazz, it still doesn't show me like
what you're looking for.
What I'm looking for.
Yeah. You have to find a specific line of conversation.
Yes, and I don't know how to do that, so I gave up on Reddit.
It's a specific thing of the internet.
I hear if you know how to operate it.
It is basically all the knowledge of the world inside of Reddit.
I was gonna say, I hear if you once you can operate it and once you know what you're doing in it, I hear it's fantastic.
It's literally everything.
I know, which everything. I would love to have
the entire internet on one page.
That would be great.
That's what it is.
If only I knew what the hell I was doing.
The knowledge of all the internets on one page.
That would be great.
And when new things happen, it gets updated.
Yeah. No, I would love to be able to find out what the deal is. But I can't, so I'm not. I move on and
got to move on and just keep going with it.
Keep going with other
That's all
things.
there is
But no,
there.
I'm going to start, like I said, I've been meaning to try and start investing in stuff anyway. And after seeing this, I'm like,
Look, Adam, I love you, bud.
No.
But semantics here. Semantics.
Hold on, stop.
Wait a minute.
Hold up, wait 1 minute. To be fair. To be fair. Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter is wrong. A broken analog clock is right twice a day. A broken digital clock is just a blank screen, which is usually AOC. And I have to disagree with you, sir, because a broken digital clock
is too smart.
Thank you.
I knew where you were going with this one.
Oh, it's funny.
See, wrong.
It is. It's smart.
Big Bull the Snarky Jack. Also, Dylan, still hasn't found what he's looking for. Yeah, no,
I
he hasn't.
forgot what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
at
he's
this
gone.
point.
Yeah, it's done.
I'm hitting the old age where I give up.
The old age.
Yeah, I'm getting older, and I'm starting to accept the inevitable. That's where I'm at in my life. It's like I can't do math. What the
Words are hard.
What the hell's the point? I don't care.
Can't do math. Words are hard. Everything's wrong. I don't know. It hurts.
Yeah.
You're going to start sounding a lot more like Brad.
That's true.
You're going to sound a lot more like Brad soon.
Brad's like, to hell with it.
That's my line.
Who cares? It's just meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You can Google search something on Reddit.
Really?
You can use Google to search Reddit.
No, and I got that part. I've seen it do that a couple times. But like, from what I understand, and I could be wrong. Again, I still don't fully understand it, obviously.
Right.
But from what I understand, that like you can Google stuff to look at stuff on Reddit. However, you get into Reddit and it expands more on it when you know how to operate it. Does that,
Right.
you see what I'm saying?
And boom, and then you get 70,000
So
things.
like I could go to Google and ask for something about, I don't know, explosive, chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh.
And
Suddenly it's there on
and
Reddit.
they'll pull up a single Reddit thread for that.
Yep.
But if I knew how to operate Reddit, I could go to Reddit and look for explosive chocolate chip cookies, and it would be everything else that Google doesn't show.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know.
I agree.
Slug with no name. A broken digital clock blinks 8888. And no, actually, a broken digital clock doesn't blink.
It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything.
Well, you don't blink.
So.
Don't ever blink.
And the only time it blinks is when the power has gone off, and that is 12 o'clock. It's always 12 o'clock when it blinks. So therefore, by that argument, it's still right twice a day.
It's true.
Until you fix the clock. So then if it blinks and then you fix it, it may not be right at all.
Right.
Until it's on time. You're not incorrect. But then again, for some weird reason, I'm not correct either. And I know that. I just... Adam W. Johnson, Ed Dillon Laws. If it helps with the AOC conundrum, right before she started defending GameStop traders, she accused Ted Cruz of trying to personally have her murdered on the 6th. No, I saw that too, and that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier when her name was mentioned
all over the place.
And I'm like, I've seen that. I've seen a video today where she is calling out that pretty much anybody who has ever disagreed with her is not fit to be in office and should be leaving.
Yeah.
It got real ugly and stupid. And I'm just at this point where
she is real ugly and stupid.
I was going to say, the people who are completely against bullying
are the ones that bully the
being
most.
the hugest bullies right now. And it's incredible.
Yeah, that's how it works.
No, the incredible part, let me really correct myself.
Okay, correct yourself.
The incredible part is the fact that here in the next close to 2 years.
Yep.
No, excuse me, about a little over 18 months. She's going to be reelected again. You know that, right?
That means she is up for election.
Uh-huh. She's going to win too.
You think? Because it's Brooklyn?
Uh-huh. And because I'm not that lucky. We are not that lucky.
We're not that lucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, America's luck has officially ran out.
Yeah. I don't.
Have you seen all this stuff?
Well, it's not just our luck.
No,
I mean,
it's around the world too.
It's pretty much everything. Actually, when we come back from the break, we've got a few stories that we want to talk about.
We're gonna take a tour of the world.
Yeah, we're gonna tour the world.
We have focused too much on Biden here in America. We're gonna take a trip
because there's a lot of stuff you haven't heard about that you really need to.
Yeah, you need to hear this stuff. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
That's fine. Oh, that's right. The whole, yeah.
Yeah. So I said, okay.
Yeah, it really does depend on what part of the clock breaks on the digital clock. It really does.
No, and I get that too.
A lot of clock talk today.
Adam W. Johnson is regretting it. Good gosh, I created a monster on the broken digital clock, and I had been waiting all day for someone to make that analogy just so I could make that joke.
And too bad. Your own fault. You gave it to the wrong show.
Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter also, a fully functioning AOC is wrong every time of the day.
She's not fully functioning though.
I don't know.
Her malfunctions are what make her right half the time, like that one time out of the day.
Yep.
That's just how it works.
Yep.
She's malfunctioning. Gosh, there's a lot of these. Where do you want to? Okay, so we got.
Might as well start.
We got
there.
here, but we also have here.
Well, that has to be included in our trip around the country.
Like, do we want to start like closest to us and
No.
then keep going?
No, but we do kind of need to make a loop.
Okay.
Like start from one point of the world and go around.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. So we got.
So that would probably end there.
We'll probably end there then. Okay. Yeah, we'll end there. We'll start here
with our little trip, which probably will go into the first part of the second hour too.
Yeah, maybe so. We'll see how it works.
Either that or we throw those two in and then leave the trip for
the entire hour?
The entire second hour.
What do you want to do? Maybe? That's fine.
Let's do that.
This is Defenders Live.
Oh my goodness. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to call an audible.
We are.
We're going to save our trip around the world for the second hour.
Because there's so much that's there.
Yep.
We don't want to break it up between that. You know, this last half hour, the first part, and then
first half hour, the second half.
Yeah, we don't do that. We want to take this trip. It's going to be fun to give you.
It's an hour long.
It is. By doing that, it gives you time to pack your bags. You know, refill your APR coffee.
Right. Make sure that everything's good to go. By the way, American Pride Roasters, sponsor of the show.
Yes. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com. It is historically great coffee.
Yes, it's so good. It's guaranteed every time you put it in your mouth, you will swallow it.
That is definitely correct. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. So, the New York Times had an op-ed out there from the editorial board.
Okay, the New York Times.
It's an opinion piece.
So this is not going to be good because it's an opinion piece from the New York Times. This is going to be very critical. It's going to be one of two things. Either it's going to say how wonderful Biden is compared to Trump.
No, right, okay.
Or it's going to be how horrible the Republicans and the right have been and how they need to just get rid of these people.
These are definitely possible.
That's what I'm getting. I mean, being New York, I'm sorry you kind of painted yourself into a corner.
Definitely possible. President Biden.
See, I told you.
Is right not to let his agenda be held hostage, but
I told you.
But
wait, there's a but.
Legislating through Congress is a better path.
Wait, hold on. Are you sure this is from the New York Times?
New York Times.
Are you sure?
Editorial board.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It damn sure is.
It definitely is. Now,
Holy
I don't even know if I'm
smokes.
able to actually look at all of it there. So, yeah, there we go. Got everything up. I forgot that I had to scroll down a little bit further than I wanted to.
There we go.
So President Biden is moving aggressively to turn the pages of the Trump era.
Yeah, he has. I've seen a tally for how many executive orders were filed in the first day, or it's either the first day or the first week of being in office
so far.
And one of the bigger things that he'd always push was, Trump did so many of them. Trump did like five.
Yeah,
in like his first week.
We're at 37.
Biden is in 37.
He's at 37
in the first
right
week.
now. Yeah.
It was ironic too that during this whole tally thing they were showing it, there was a video playing simultaneously of him sitting here saying that any president or that signs executive orders, period, but a whole boatload of them, especially at the beginning of the thing, is not an actual leader, but a dictator.
Well, that's
really
funny.
weird how.
Yeah. A week into his presidency, Mr. O'Biden has issued a raft of executive orders.
A raft, you say?
A raft of executive orders and other actions. Hold
on. I don't know if a raft is big enough. I'm thinking more like an actual legit cruise liner.
I was going to say at least a dinghy.
Man, it's bigger than a dinghy, too.
Hey, kids, stop playing with your dinghy.
He can't help it. It's,
Yeah, I get it. Arm's reach down there. Already he has committed to rejoin the Paris Climate Change Agreement, ended the Muslim travel ban, canceled the permit for the Keystone XL pipeline, rescinded funding for and halted the construction of the wall of the southern border, reaffirmed the Deferred Action for Children's Arrival program, mandated mask wearing on federal grounds, moved to end the federal government reliance on private prisons, reversed the ban on transgender military service, and called for agency assignments or assessments aimed at advancing racial equity, just to name a few.
I'm sorry, but I am incredibly tickled by the move to end the federal government's reliance
on private
prisons.
Yeah. That means they're not going to fund private prisons.
No. I know that. The government wants to actually have control of the prisons themselves. Exactly. Yeah. That's what's funny. Their reliance. Isn't that kind of what the government's job is to rely on us?
Yeah, that's
and what we do in the private sector. That just kind of made me giggle a little.
Yeah. See, I'm continuing on reading. In other words, things are going the same way as they often do in Washington. Quote, there's sorts of tribalism, because Republicans are fighting the Democrats are fighting the Republicans, overreach and all the being accused and betraying stuff. Tribalism when it comes to the use of executive orders, observes John Hudak.
Hudak.
A senior fellow in governance studies of the Brookings Institute. Quote, when your party's in the White House, it's a great thing. It's the greatest thing on earth. When your party's out, it's undemocratic. It's basically Satan's pet.
Really? Satan's pet?
Satan's pet.
Okay.
The executive orders. Satan's pet.
I got that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I expected his pet to be an irritating Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah. Little yappy dog.
Well, no, I mean, not the Cocker Spaniel is not a...
It's a little yappy. It's like a half yap. I used to have Cockers.
Yeah, I did too. My mom loves them.
They're cute dogs.
My mom loves them.
Especially, Spaniels are great. Cocker Spaniels have that ear infection thing because of inbreeding.
Yeah.
It's not great. Anything, by the way, side tangent.
Uh-huh.
If you get a dog that's a pure breed, it just means it's inbred.
Yeah.
It's inbred.
Gross.
There's no such thing as a pure breed dog. The purest breed dog is a wolf. If you get a purebred dog, that means it's inbred. Okay. Anyway, continuing on.
Yeah.
So, but this in no way makes law. Executive orders do not make law. A polarized, narrowly divided Congress may offer Mr. O'Biden little choice but to employ executive actions and or to see his entire agenda held hostage. These directives, however, are a flawed substitute for legislation. They are intended to provide guidance to the government and need to work within the discretion granted the executive by existing law or the Constitution. They do not create new law. They do not create new law.
Okay.
Do not create new law. Though executive orders,
do they create new law?
They do not.
They do not. Okay.
They do not create
Just making sure
new law.
I wasn't sure if I heard that or not.
Though executive orders carry the force of the law, and they are not meant to serve as an end run around the will of the Congress. By design, such actions are more limited in what they can achieve than legislation, and presidents who overreach invite intervention by the courts.
I have this weird question.
What's that?
So if an executive order
Yeah.
is not the law, but it carries the force behind it, then it's the law. Like you can't, like
it carries some force.
No, but you can't. It can't carry some force and then not be like that's the part that makes
it's a temporary hold, is what he's saying, and it's true. Executive orders are it's basically the law until the president is out of office.
But that's not temporary. I'm sorry. I know they say it is, and I know it's only 4 years, blah, blah, but that's not temporary. Like, temporary would be a few months, a year, something like that, to where you actually give Congress a chance to do something. To just kick the can down the road, and maybe
for 4 years.
Yeah, for 4 years. That's not
right.
Doing it.
I completely understand you. I get you. I'm right there with you. In the realm of politics,
I know.
4 years is temporary.
I know, especially when you start looking at
when you plan everything out in 20-year gaps.
I was going to say, yeah, when you start talking about people, because forget the president. The president can only run twice and be in for 8 years total, and that's it.
Right, but you're plan talking about for 25 years.
Yeah, people who are in office in Congress
45,
and in the Senate for 45.
Years.
Yeah, exactly. So what does that care?
They don't care. It is completely temporary to them.
Yeah, because again, you're having people who are putting weight and allowing weight to be given to something that doesn't need to have that kind of weight, because these are the same people who can use that for the control. The very same people who won't do term limits for themselves.
Yeah.
Why would, if they're not going to keep themselves in check, why in the hell would they check an executive order, especially if somebody who they agree with?
That's also true. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, and that's actually what they're saying.
Yeah.
Executive orders are not something you should rely on. As a president, if you want something done, you should turn it to the legislature so that they can pass bills and make them into laws. That is what this New York Times opinion piece is saying. And I agree with them on that one. In this one time where the New York Times is actually being good.
Yeah. No, that's the thing with this is no president, especially somebody like Biden, obviously right now with 37 executive orders in his first week. All he's doing, literally by his own admission, is getting rid of everything that was Trump.
That's literally all he's doing. Yeah, he's just knocking every executive order that Trump made. He's creating an executive order to cancel it.
Yes. Does he not realize the tug of war, the polling and everything else, the stress that he's putting on the country doing that? Forget the political line. Forget the political lines that's being drawn. Forget the animosity and the anger and the lack of unity. Forget all of that that's happening to the people. Right. Let's look at just what goes on. We went from having
the amount of tension that you're causing.
Just in general, look at what's done. Let's just start with the economy. Look at gas. Gas 2 weeks ago was $1.99.
Now it's
$2.30.
Yeah, $2.25, $2.30. Where we're at. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that's an incredible jump in a week, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. That's not very cool.
That's not a gentle drift. That's not an ebb and flow. That's a holy crap. There's a tsunami. That's what that is.
It's a push.
And that kind of stuff. Forget the reasonings behind it. Forget the unity and all that other stuff. Just the stress that you start putting onto people with stuff. The insulin. He signed stuff to make insulin no longer free or cheap or whatever that was. He's dipped into all kinds of stuff. He's destroyed and changed everything just for the sake of doing it. And what he's done is, people, whether they've agreed with it and liked it or not, from the president before, have kind of gotten used to how the country was running, and you come in and completely cut the legs off.
And you're shifting gears immediately.
Yeah, and not even...
You're not even popping it in neutral. You're just like straight shift. You're going in reverse. You're going fifth gear to reverse.
Yeah, you're not tapping the brakes as you get ready to make a 90-degree turn. It's literally 100 miles an hour, right turn.
Yeah.
And we're all being slung up against the window. We even wearing a seatbelt.
Right.
And nobody stops to think about how devastating that could be on just a normal human being level.
The whiplash that this is causing on just the normal public and on the businesses and on everything else. We knew it was coming. We started putting up padding. We started, We buckled down. We made sure that the strap was
grabbed
locked.
the oak crap
handle. You have we're doing all of that.
Yeah.
But our head is still banging against the glass.
Yep. It still hurts. It's still not comfortable, and it's still devastating.
You're still working off of 3 Gs, pressuring against your face.
Yeah, you're still terrified because you're like, oh crap, we could die.
Like this thing is gonna flip.
We could wreck and suffer some severe damage if this doesn't slow down and stop.
Right, and that's
I don't get. I don't have
a problem.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I mean, I do have a problem. An executive order should not, in my humble opinion, should not exist, but under some very rare and strict situations.
Super strict. Buddy.
Okay. But they're there. Can't do anything about it right now.
Right.
So I understand that.
We have to allow it, I guess.
But to turn around, and like I said, it kills me because I hear all this stuff going on, and everybody keeps saying, well, how are all these Biden supporters liking what's going on now? There are no Biden supporters.
Well,
no.
There's Democrat supporters.
What I was getting ready to say.
Okay.
There has not been any Biden supporters. None. Do you know what they are? They're
Democrats.
They're Trump haters. It's not that they wanted Obama or Biden in, they wanted Trump out.
That is also true.
And that was the majority of it. You were hard pressed to find anybody who really thought that Biden was going to be a good pick. You will find some, but truly in the end, if you talk to those people, you'll find out that it was more they wanted Trump out, period. It had nothing to do with the guy replacing it. That's why the guy was able to not campaign and do anything but for the last 2 months of the election. And he won by a landslide of the greatest numbers and the most numbers ever in history. I saw a video today of a buddy of mine he put up on TikTok where he went through the I guess it was the White House YouTube page. Okay?
Yeah.
And one, they have all of their comments turned off. And they have way more dislikes on all the videos they put up than they do likes. And when I say way more, I'm talking about 6,000 likes, 40,000, 60,000 dislikes. Like it's that huge of a gap.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's a lot.
And but this guy won by a landslide. The most numbers ever, brought people into the election that never came in before. Shut up. It was never about supporting Biden. It was about trying to get rid of Trump. That was it. And they did it the only way they could, which was through manipulation and through fraud and everything else.
Yep.
Allegedly. So I mean, and here we are.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is what the people picked. They wanted Trump gone so bad. They hated him so much.
Well, that and also there was a lot of election fraud.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Well, no, they were given time to prove it. And
no, they weren't.
No. They had until December 14th.
They were not given any chance.
Not the point. They had the
proof.
They did have the proof.
They had the proof. They submitted the proof.
And
everybody said, we're not staring at it. We're not looking at it.
Exactly. No judge said they would take it, so therefore it had to stand. So everything at this point is considered allegedly.
I know.
I know it sucks. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I know you are. I know. And you're correct.
But now, at this point,
you're correct.
It sucks.
I know.
It sucks, but here's where we are. So I'm just saying. And I hope that the people who were so hell-bent on getting Trump out see exactly and actually truly feel and taste what happened. I
don't think it's going to happen like that.
I want to believe it will.
I don't think it will.
Because there has to be a point. Like, obviously, this is a great example of what happens. You don't just vote someone in to get rid of the person that you don't like.
Right.
Okay? They never, and again, if you think about it, for all intents and purposes.
If you're hate voting, you shouldn't be voting.
True. Very, very true. But what I was going to say was if you actually, and maybe I'm wrong, but in my recollection of all the time Trump was in office, did the left ever complain about his policies? No, they didn't. 9 times out of 10, it was, he's racist. It was all a personal attack. It was against him. They didn't like
when they
him.
When they didn't like his policies, they immediately got an injunction with a judge that they have.
No, and I got that. But really think about it. Other than like what, the wall?
Yeah, the wall.
There
was
really
basically
wasn't anything else that he did that happened that they didn't like or that they didn't make a huge giant stink out of. Everything else was about his person. They attacked him.
It was always personality.
It was racist. He was this, he was that.
Right.
Because in the grand scheme of it all, there wasn't a whole lot that he was doing that was hurting anything.
In a lot of ways, the most that he did was the biggest part of what he did was say that the government shouldn't be ran by him, but should just be, you know, I don't know, overseen. And the people that are on the level, he ran it like a business.
Yeah.
Every state ran itself. Every state was its own division of the company.
Yeah, no, their own department.
Their own department. The department head ran that department, and all he did was get reports.
Yep. How are y'all doing? You doing all right? Can I help you with anything?
Do you need money? What's going on? What's this?
Right. That's it.
That's literally what he did.
And that was it. And because he left it to them, it kind of showed how the left really was. And so because they were shown to be failures, they didn't like that. So they had to do the only thing they could do because he wasn't being a dictator, because he wasn't trying to push agendas and crap onto other people and force the situations.
They decided to say that he was and then call him a racist.
Yeah, they attacked his person instead of anything else because that's all they could do.
And then attack everybody's person that had anything to do with him.
Because you have to at that point.
You have to ostracize everyone involved
in order to make it all stick.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping at this point that the people who were so angry, or I'll even take it this way, were so duped by how he was, saying, oh, he's racist. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. All these horrible things.
Yep.
Hopefully they can kind of go, you know what? He didn't, life was better. May not be tons.
Right.
But, hey, my gas prices didn't jump,
It's $700 in the past 4 years.
Yeah. My gas didn't go up. My energy bills didn't go up. My cost of living didn't go up. My pay didn't decrease. The dollar value didn't drop. All kinds of stuff. These stupid mandates. I was able to have a job because I was able to deal with COVID in the way we needed to instead of, being forced and mandated the entire way like we're a bunch of children.
Yeah, being crushed and told we had to stay in our rooms and shut up.
Yeah, exactly. I hope. It won't happen. It's not going to happen.
Somebody's behind on a day over there on the Facebooks.
But
it's Thursday, not Wednesday.
Yeah, don't screw me out of a day.
But happy Thursday. Don't screw him out of a day.
Don't screw me out of a day.
He's really hoping that tomorrow's Friday.
I spend all day today thinking it was Friday.
Yeah, don't screw him out of a day. It's definitely Thursday.
Yeah, no, I thought today was Friday. I was excited. And nope. It's not. Tomorrow is.
So speaking of policies that were enacted by local governments that came back and screwed up progressive and Democrat people.
Okay.
You have this story.
This story. The one about the...
I want you to read this.
County Sheriff Alex Villanuez.
I'll give it to you.
Actually, it's Villanueza, but...
I'll give it to you.
I was trying to enunciate each letter in Americanized.
Keep on.
Revealed the stunning consequences of new progressive justice reform policies on a case involving suspect allegedly caught in possession of child porn. Ooh. Villanueza published the incident. Yeah, I know. Words are hard. There's a lot of L's there that don't make an L sound, and then suddenly there's one there.
Yeah.
Villanueza published the incident on his official social media account on Thursday. Hashtag LASD, Special Victims Bureau, investigated a male for possession of child porn with a previous sex crime conviction. Yesterday, the defendant pled no contest to the charges. Continuing on, pursuant of the DA's new directives, both the defendant's previous strike convictions for sex crimes with a child were stricken, resulting in a low-term 2-year state prison sentence. He added in a second tweet. The defendant, who has been in custody since his arrest in October 2020, had earned approximately 253 days credit towards his required half time to be served and will likely be released from custody in about 112 days.
So a pedophile
Yeah.
who has had multiple counts of, child porn or things to do with children and sexual acts, had his, charges basically dropped to 112 days served.
Yeah, because, we can't count what happened before. I would understand that if you were in trouble for a different crime. You know what I mean? Like if he okay, let's say that this guy this suspect had been, done the sex crime stuff, okay?
Sure.
But now he's in jail and now he was arrested for 2 years of unpaid parking tickets.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you strike that from the thing. It's not important. It's not relevant to this. Don't worry about it.
But we're talking about this guy got arrested for child porn.
Yeah.
And he had 2 other counts of child porn.
And child sex
stuff.
Assault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So kind of one of these things is exactly like the other.
So you count it all.
You count it. It's called a habit.
It's okay, hold on. PFJ.
PF Chang's?
PFJ.
Oh, PFJ.
Like a PFJ, a prayer for judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Within a certain period of time, you can do a PFJ. Right?
Yeah.
Prayer for judgment. You say, Judge, it was a bad mistake, whatever.
Yeah.
I won't do it again. At least
I've learned my lesson.
I at least will not do it in this period of time.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you succeed,
then it's gone.
Then it's stricken from your record. It's all good, no problem. But if you repeat it before the time frame is up,
you get hit with both.
You get hit with everything.
Yep.
All of it. Mm-hmm. I don't think that statute is a 2-year limitation there.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Villanueva was referring to new policies implemented by the newly elected district attorney George Gascon, who won the position with the help of millions of dollars of donations from billionaire leftists. Take a guess. Too late. George Soros. Gascon immediately upon taking office rewrote the county's justice policies to abolish cash bail to avoid seeking the death penalty for any offenses and refusing to apply certain prosecution enhancements. Among those, according to Venezuela, were previous convictions against this defendant for sex crimes with a child. We talked about this. And everyone's like, no, they're not going to do this. It's not going to happen.
And they did it.
Ta-da!
They did it.
As a result, the offender was sentenced to only 2 years in prison, but would be released after 112 days. Venezuela had previously objected to Gascon's decision to deny filing special circumstances in the cases of a man accused of decapitating 2 children with an axe.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Apparently, Gascon decided to deny filing special circumstances for a guy who cut the heads off of 2 kids with an axe.
Double count of murder.
That's first degree murder.
First degree, obviously happening.
That's death penalty stuff, Chief. That's serial killer stuff.
But he already got rid of the death penalty stuff.
I know.
So
Quote, as sheriff of LA County, I firmly believe we are not safer by putting the interest of offenders over the needs of victims of the crime, wrote Venezuela at the time. And of course, the reason why this Gascon guy has done this is because they're in California.
And they know how to party.
No, because they're terrified because, kids are getting their heads cut off by people with axes.
Yeah, right.
The reason why they're doing is because they're also a sanctuary state. Because they're a sanctuary state, they allow a lot of illegal immigrants, mostly from Mexico.
And some of them are violent.
Violent, not that a lot of them have to do with the cartel.
That's why they're violent.
If they turn around and they, instead of stopping it and keeping these people from coming there, they allow them to do what they want to so the cartel doesn't get angry and they don't have to actually do anything.
Right, because they're sanctuary city.
Because they're perfect and they're wonderful and
everything's so good. Oh my
God.
So
wonderful in LA. Okay, guys, go to doashow.com. Check out everything we got going on over there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. 3 more days.
Yeah, don't
become a defender.
Yeah.
And you can get in on the raffle for Doc's Bevan Bell.
Yep.
Raffling away. Mm-hmm. Go to mojo50.com.
Indeed, do
Check
that.
out all of the other awesome hosts and shows going on over there.
Yes.
Tons of stuff. You're going to love it. I promise you that. You want to check us out, you want to drop us a line, we're on Twitter right now, live tweeting it. Go to DOA Show on Twitter. Use the hashtag arm yourselves. You'll probably get read, and we'll talk to you about it. We got a whole bunch of them coming through. We're going to read back on the other side.
Plus a tour around the world.
Yep. Going to love it. Guys, don't go anywhere. The other hour's coming up.
Be right back.
I'm wrong again.
What are you wrong again?
Jen Pakistan said that, quote, for all intensive purposes, and she works for Biden, so that missed be the right way to say it.
That missed be the right way.
Missed be.
That missed be. I don't know if you spelled that wrong just because, or you spelled it wrong because you typoed,
I liked it.
but
It works.
It works well with it. So let's just keep it that way.
It's fits.
Keep it that way.
It's fits. Oh my goodness. What?
People were commenting about the inbred dogs.
Oh, I just saw that.
It's good times.
It is so wonderful.
Hello, comrade.
Greetings and salutations. Many happy returns of the day.
I do not like you.
Okay.
Sit down and shut up.
Shut your dirty pahul.
I feel sorry for Dr. Nolan over there.
Why?
Gas at 229.9. Cries in Pennsylvania. Their gas right now is like 270.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, God bless y'all's heart.
I looked it up because I was like, oh gosh, is it really that bad? It's only a couple states up. It's really that bad.
Is this real?
What? What is that?
Senator John Kennedy says he introduced a bill to reverse President Biden's executive order banning all new oil and gas drilling in the Gulf of Mexico.
I mean,
Wow.
If
If
it's
that's
real, it's
real, coming from a Kennedy?
yeah.
Holy crap.
Maybe he realizes.
Did you hear Nancy Pelosi basically saying that there are people in the... Yes. Did you see the video? Did you see her say it?
I didn't see her say it, but
Oh, it's horrible.
I read the thing. I was like, all right. You gotta love it.
I don't want to.
What?
No, you said I gotta love it. I said I don't want to.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
That's a really big Oreo.
It's a huge Oreo.
That's not even double stuff. That's like...
Oh, no.
Oh, don't. No.
No.
I think we just figured out his sexual orientation.
Yep, you did. He took that one like a champ.
Wow. I don't know whether to cringe or clap.
That was 12. That was at least 12 inches.
Yeah, see there. That's what I was seeing.
That was at least-
Buck Sexton did it.
That was at least a foot tall, dude.
That was incredible.
Oh, my God. That's scary. It's like, bro, that's not a talent. You shouldn't post that.
And it just plays on a loop.
It's just looping, yeah.
That's fantastic, though.
That is. That's good. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't that great?
All right.
It's all right.
It's all right. Yeah, are you ready for your trip? Have you stretched? You ready?
I don't know. I hope I brought enough underwear.
Yeah, well, we all hope. Then again, you'll be able to wash your laundry at least once.
Okay. Well, are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. At
This
least
is so
air it out.
stupid.
You'll be able to
You
air it
almost
out.
had me murdered.
All right, coming back.
I'll never back
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Yeah.
Such a good song.
I love it.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
Second hour.
I love having it. It's so happy.
It's so nice.
It makes my hoppies.
Now it's time for the trip around the world.
Have you packed your bags?
If you haven't, too bad. You're going anyway.
Yeah.
Have you gone pee?
Sit down. I haven't, actually. I realized the time ran out before I could. That's fine. We'll make it
You'll
work.
handle it.
I will.
Hold it until we get there.
I'll put a clothespin on it. Anyway, sit back in your comfy chair. Get you a cup of nice, fresh, warm American Pride Roasters coffee.
Or the tea.
Sit back. Make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their upright and locked position. Please observe that the fasten seatbelt sign is on. Make sure that you are aware that the emergency exits are on the left and right side outside of the wing and also at the very back.
Yep, they are here, 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 and here.
And in case of an awkward situation where the loss of cabin pressure will occur, gas mask will fall from the ceiling. Please make sure that you put the mask on yourself first before assisting someone else.
Right.
The in-flight movie tonight will be Biodome with Pauly Shore. All right. the flight attendants will be by momentarily to collect your orders for drinks.
Which we will not give you because COVID.
That's true. I was going to offer peanuts too, but
Cannot give it to you because it's COVID.
and peanut allergy.
Enjoy your in-flight movie.
Yeah. And thank you for flying Defenders Live.
So
That was a lot longer of a gig than I meant to go.
you just went with it.
That was pretty good though, I think.
I think you did all right.
I stumbled too damn much.
You
but
didn't
that's-
do the floaty vest?
No, I didn't.
Didn't do the
You're right.
floaty vest.
I didn't mention that there is a
Inflatable seat.
cushion. Your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device.
And do not get in the aisles when it's turbulence and the
Please
buckle
stay in your
sign is on.
seat
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
the seatbelt sign is on. I did say that.
Yeah.
I said observe the seatbelt sign. I didn't mention the barf bag in the front pocket.
Yeah, and also if you have any questions, you can always open the manual right there in front.
Right there in front of you. If you have any questions, our flight attendants will be glad to assist you.
First off, flying to Italy.
Italy. That is one spicy meatball.
Yeah, Italy's former premier, Matteo Renzi,
Matteo Renzi.
who triggered the collapse of Italy's government recently, said he wants a new cabinet soon to avoid new elections.
Well, hold on. You kind of are the literal cause of the government falling. And now instead of having elections and allowing people to have power, you literally have taken over and just said, screw you. We're going to bring in our own people.
Well, not quite.
No, that's what
he's
that
the
says.
former premier, okay? He's the former, so he can't actually do anything, but he's in the news again. Renzi prompted the prime minister, Giuseppe Conte.
Okay.
He prompted his resignation by pulling his Tiny Italy Alive party out of the ruling coalition, but left the door ajar.
He left them ajar? A jar of what?
The door was ajar.
But how is it a door if it's a jar?
Because it is.
A jar of what?
Pickles.
What kind?
Dill.
Are they kosher?
No, it's Italy.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I forgot we're in Italy already. Oddly enough, pickles are not what I would think to find in a jar in Italy, but okay.
Well, I was going to say capers, but still.
I could buy that. Or olives.
Yeah, olives, capers, yeah. But left the door ajar for Conte to return after meeting with the president, Sergio Mattarella.
Mozzarella. I
Yeah,
love
mozzarella.
mozzarella. Oh, mozzarella. Okay.
Mattarella, who's responsible for choosing a new premier designate.
Okay.
Quote, going to elections in this phase would be an error for Italy and for the Italians.
Why?
We need government quickly.
Why? Because y'all have done so well up to this point.
Renzi added that during the meetings with the president, he did not mention Conti, telling reporters that his priority was talking about the issues rather than who's going to be in the driver's seat.
Again, you have done such a crackerjack job up to this point.
So good.
So good, in fact, that you're no longer part of that government, and yet you have the nuggets to tell them that you need to hurry up and get government quickly?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Conti has...
It sounds like the people of Italy need a break from government.
Just a little bit, kind of like we do. Conti will have to diffuse what's become a toxic rivalry between Renzi if he's to have any chance of becoming or being asked to forge his third cabinet. While he has backing of the five-star movement in the center-left Democratic Party, he'll need broader support to ensure a majority, especially in the Senate. And here's a giant... I'm not...
No, there's not a breakdown. We're not doing
I'm not doing a breakdown.
Breakdown. Go ahead and give it to me.
No.
Oh, they're honest to God.
Breakdown.
I know how everyone, and I say everyone, there's a lot of people we've talked to, a lot of the fans of Liz that we'll talk to sometimes, who have actually are rather impressed with how Steven and I's minds sync up so well that it's
at certain times
almost exact same thing, and it happens a lot.
Yeah.
I agree. There's things that it makes it funny. And so there are times that it's just like, oh God, not again. Like, can't I have my own original thought one effing time?
Can't happen. Nope. Never gonna do it.
Sometimes it's not as good as you think. But anyway,
it's like twins almost.
It is. It's that,
almost. It's that the connection that twins have.
Yeah. If I poke you, I'm gonna feel it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, these tweets are so good. I'm going to read them when we get done.
Oh, we're going to get
when we back on the plane from Italy and head to our next destination, I'm going to read these. These are fantastic.
By sticking to his position that he wouldn't veto anyone from the premiership, Renzi improved Conti's chance of forging his third government party in 4 years. Still, internal party divisions make the path to return more complicated for the 56-year-old premier who was plucked from obscurity in 2018 to lead the populist government and has since moved to strongly pro-European positions. Up to a dozen five-star senators could abandon their party if their leader cuts a deal with Renzi, according to the officials, who have asked not to be named.
Of course they don't want to be named. Nobody wants to be named and actually have, be held accountable for anything that they do.
Why are we bringing this up? Because the Italian government is dead right now. Literally at this moment, it's crushed.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
It destroyed itself.
They have been suffering from massive debt.
It is no more.
It has ceased to be.
Thank you.
If it wasn't nailed to the perch, it'd be pushing up daisies. It's gone to the great country beyond.
Exactly.
It is. How did he go? Something about singing the hallowed praises. I can't remember.
I can't remember it either. So
he's gone to join the great choir beyond. Something like
something like that. Yeah.
It's an ex-country. No,
it really is. It's almost an ex-country. Mm-hmm. When you're in that much disarray, it makes what we're doing here in our country kind of look minuscule.
Yeah, but we're heading that direction, just so we're clear.
We are. Anyway, you have
quickly. We are. As we are boarding the plane again, we want to welcome y'all back to your seats. Please,
thank you.
Make sure you put your seatbelts on. Make sure your seat backs, tray tables are in their upright and locked position.
Right.
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter. There's something on the wing. Something. B from the SAV also did the gif of that.
On the wing of the plane.
Yeah. Kevin Hutchins over there also finishing it up. But I see a creature on the wing, Dylan. He's tearing up the engine. Mm-hmm. More importantly, he's not wearing a mask.
That's right. Adam W. Johnson also on there. I went to Tom Petty at the exact same time you guys did.
So it's addicting.
That's what we do.
It's how it rolls.
Yeah.
B from the SEV. The AI programming always reflects the programmer. Not making sense? Tune in. DOA Showdown.
Thank you.
You know, sometimes his advertising is
good
really
plug.
good, and other ones are like,
That was a good one, though.
no one's really going to want to listen to somebody who sucks.
Talk
But
about
thanks.
programming.
I know. The programmer sucks. That's great.
You don't know what it's
That's it. He has joined the choir invisible. Thank you, Peekable. I knew it was the choir
Somebody
something,
knew
and I
this.
couldn't remember how it goes. That's one of my favorite sketches of Monty Python of all time, and I still can't get it memorized properly.
Boom. We are
yes.
now landing at our next destination.
Please make sure that all luggage has not shifted upon landing. Please remain in your seat until we fully approach the gate. And thank you for flying Air Defenders Live.
Sir.
Welcome to Germany.
That's a terrible
That was more Austrian, actually.
Yeah, it's the word.
Germany's Angela Merkel has said she will step down as chancellor in 2021 following recent election setbacks. Quote, I will not be seeking any political post after my term ends, she told a news conference in Boilen. Boilen? She also said that she would not seek re-election as leader of the center-right CDU party in December, which she has held that post since 2000. The CDU was severely weakened by Sunday's poll in the state Hesse, and the latest in a series of setbacks. Both the CDU and its national coalition partners, the Social Democrats,
Social
were
Democrats.
10 percentage points down on previous poll there.
Yeah.
Parties like the left-leaning Greens and the far-right anti-immigration AFD have grown in national support following the 2017 general election, as backing for the major center parties have waned.
So Merkel's going
She's
away.
leaving on a jet plane.
She
Don't know when she'll be back again.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you.
Angela Merkel did her best to maintain her famous poker face. I knew it. And I started doing the two, and I'm like, no, we're gonna just roll on because that's just too easy. But at times she looked rather sad as she announced that what amounted to an official, albeit drawn out, farewell to German politics.
So it was basically, the so long,
Farewell, Avita, say goodbye.
And all the kids start walking through.
To you and you and you and you.
The whole deal. It was very long and drawn out.
Of course, she said and Jew, not and you.
It was and Jews.
Yeah, and Jews. And Jews and Jews and Jews. Yeah,
that's right.
Being Germany.
Right. You have that obsession.
When you guys had Hitler, that joke is always going to be funny, okay?
It's still good.
It's going to be a dig. Don't come at me with, you're not being polite. Shut up.
It's not PC.
You barbecued people for years. Don't start with me. Not going to make fun of you like that if I want to. Anyway, the announcement was intended to silence critics in her party and win back the voters who had deserted the CDU in favor of parties like AFD and the Greens, but it also reflects her dwindling grip on power.
Oh no, the power is more your grip is like sand, the more fall out.
That was more Asian than
I know, I did it on purpose.
than
I did
German.
it on purpose.
Much depends on her successor as party leader. If it is a loyalist, like Angret Kramp-Krambara.
Hashtag nailed
It's
it.
Karen Bauer, actually.
No. Hashtag nailed it.
Thank you. Germany might see a smooth transition to a new chancellor, possibly allowing Ms. Merkel to see out her term. But the vultures are circling. I don't make that sound. It's much worse than that. Already,
it's very scary, actually,
Yeah.
when they yell at you.
Yeah, I know.
It's really creepy.
Already an old rival, Friedrich Merz.
Merz.
Yeah. Has announced his candidacy. Every time I hear like Merz, that was so sidebar real fast. I discovered that I Love Lucy is on Hulu.
Oh yeah.
So now every time I see Merz, all I think of is Fred and Ethel Mertz.
That's mine.
Anyway, that's announced this guy. If one of Merkel's adversaries prevails as party leader, her chancellorship becomes uncomfortable and possibly unattainable.
Ooh, completely.
Oh well. Ms. Merkel said she took, quote, full responsibility, end quote, for her poor performance. Quote, as chancellor and leader of the CDU, I'm politically responsible for everything. For successes and for failures. when people are telling us what they think of how the government was formed and what they think our work during the first 7 months of this parliament, then it is a clear signal that things can't carry on as they are. The time has come to open a new chapter. You know, I kind of wish American politicians would take a page from that.
Well, yeah.
And go, you know what? This isn't working. Y'all don't like me. We're not getting what we want done. I'm obviously not that person to lead and do it.
I need to leave.
It's time for me to go.
Yeah.
Or have their own party say, it's time for you to go.
Now it's time to say goodbye to friends and family.
We'll meet again. Don't know where. Don't know when. But I know that.
It's a bit pitchy.
I know.
Yeah, sorry, my fault. It's my fault. It was a bit pitchy. It's my fault. I'll take the blame for that one.
Some sunny day.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to finish it. It was. I didn't realize I cut off in the middle of it. Like, oh, gotta finish the dirt. Okay. Engret Krem.
Like a native.
I know. Would be the obvious choice for Merkel's loyalists to replace her. She is currently the party's secretary. However, Health Minister Jen Spahn. Yeah. A leading critic of the Chancellor's open door migration policies has also announced his candidacy.
His name is Jens Spahn.
Sure. Also, Frederick Merz, former leader of the CSU.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a crime unit, doesn't it?
I know.
Pardon me, ma'am. We're with the CDU.
CSU.
CSU is on his way. Parliamentary group and the old rival of Miss Merkel has thrown his hat in the ring as well.
Ooh, so there's gonna be.
So basically, in a nutshell, to put not too fine a point on it,
just a small one.
Italy is
A felt point.
Italy is literally in the trash can,
Dead.
dumpster fire for
Yeah.
sure.
Completely.
Merkel is stepping down
Because, yes,
because Germany is
she's failed.
She's failed, and Germany is heading for
Disaster.
disaster at
Yep.
biblical proportions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should.
There's so much more, though. There's absolutely so much more.
There is a lot more. I don't know if we should stay in Germany a little bit longer, or should we board the plane and move on?
I mean, we could board the plane. We could indeed board the plane, but why don't we get to these tweets real quick?
Sure. Let's take that moment. Everybody needs a break. You don't want to move too fast.
Right,
We've
right.
just literally spanned.
You got a tour. You got a tour around the area.
Yeah, I mean,
we jumped from we're in the Mediterranean to Germany, basically.
Yeah, that's a huge jump. That's
a leap.
That's a long
way.
time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of travel, many a mile. Let's
Yeah.
How about them tweets?
Mm-hmm. Tech Route 2024.
Yeah.
Switching to faulty towers. Don't mention the war.
Uh-huh.
Don't mention the war. Let me see. Thomas Todd. Wait, no, that's not. I don't, that's a reply to things.
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter. Hell, I'll do it. I'm not proud. You spelled butter wrong.
Butter?
Yeah. Butter.
Okay.
The slug with no name. Oh, no, you're not. No, you know what she just did there, right?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
She's trying to draw
I know.
us out.
Go ahead.
She's baiting us. How?
I know. She did it on purpose. She had a different name about 10 minutes ago.
You clever minx, you.
Yeah, you're right.
Slug with no name. Due after completely trashing Europe by inviting all the illegal aliens, Merkel is running away. Yeah, that's pretty much what you do. You completely set everything on fire, and then you stand outside and go, I can't believe this has happened. How did the horse end up in front of that?
B from the SAV. May we take a moment to honor Frau Blücher.
Oh, yeah, she's died. She died.
That's why we're honoring her.
So sad.
We got to honor her because
We
she's Frau Blücher.
do.
That's what we got to do. It's how it has to be.
Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. Apparently, he is channeling his inner whatever that black guy's name was for American Idol. I can't remember his name. The black guy.
I don't know.
The one that kept calling everybody dog. Anyway, yo that was pitchy, boys. You're not going to Hollywood, dogs.
Oh,
that's okay.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Yo, that's fine. Yo, dog. Yo, dog.
James, the unvaccinated jackhole. The Italian people are still having to pay taxes to their government. Yeah, it's really weird. They have no government, and yet they're still paying money to it.
It's weird.
That's like
there is a government, but it's basically dead.
Yeah,
it's a shell of itself.
There's nothing there. Yeah.
It's like Nancy Pelosi when she wakes up in the morning, a shell of herself.
And also, James there also had the tweet before that. I hope Slovakia is part of this trip.
Ooh, Slovakia.
See, we can't tell you where we're going.
We can't tell you where it's going to happen.
It's part of the excitement,
right? You know what? We are going to take while we're flying. Okay, while we're in the line, you guys are talking about it. We do want to let you know about some current news in your own country.
Yeah.
Okay? Current news of our own country. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi must not have heard President Joe Biden repeat the calls for unity, because Pelosi blasted her colleagues, even going as far as saying, disparaging Republican lawmakers, claiming the enemy is within the House of Representatives.
Yeah. Oh, she followed up further than that.
Oh, yeah. Pelosi going on, I do believe, and I have said this all along, that we will probably need a supplement for more security for members when the enemy is within the House of Representatives, a threat that the members are concerned about the addition to what is happening outside.
Mm-hmm.
When asked to clarify what she meant by the enemy within, Pelosi doubled down, saying, quote, "It means that we have members of Congress who want to bring guns on the floor and have threatened violence on other members of Congress."
Mm-hmm.
Who?
She didn't say that.
Who?
You want the audio?
Yeah.
You want the audio?
Let's do the audio. You got a little bit of the audio?
What exactly did you mean when you said that the enemy is within? What exactly did
It means that we have members of Congress who want to bring guns on the floor and have threatened violence on other members of Congress.
Wow.
Yeah, so I feel like, and this is something I want to start doing and this is kind of for us thing. Like you can hear, I mean, people could do articles and say that somebody said something all the time.
But you have to hear it in their voice.
But once you hear it in their voice,
right,
you can't deny it at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's not what she said.
You could sit here and go, well, where did we get this article from? Or where are we reading this from? Oh, it must be some right-leaning news and blah, 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 blah. This was literally just a clip of her voice saying the whole thing. There's no bias. There's no miscontext. It was all clarified. You said something about enemies within. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? I'm talking about the fact that there are people inside the government, inside Congress, who want to bring guns in and who have threatened violence against fellow Congress people.
Yep.
And she dropped it and moved on.
She said, that is all.
Yeah. Don't you kind of think that if this was as truly as big a deal as she's trying to get everyone to believe it is, wouldn't you hang on to that a little bit more? You wouldn't just breeze past that and just kind of actually make this into something, you would actually tell all this. This might be something you would also bring out a long time ago and not wait until just this little brief thing where you're like, are you
truly saying that there are,
Randy Jackson, thank you from earlier. Yes, Randy Jackson. I knew it was Randy something, Jackson, but I couldn't remember.
Are you really saying, Nancy Pelosi, are you saying that there are people that work for our government, specifically that are legislators in the House of Representatives, that are trying to bring about revolution to overthrow the government?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
It sounds like it is.
Is that what you're saying?
You know what's funny, though, is you say something like that.
But then you acted for the last 4 years like you were trying to overthrow the government.
That's what I was getting ready to say. She didn't specify who. That's why she breezed past it. She's speaking truth.
Yeah, she is.
She's just not being completely honest.
She's not speaking truth. She's not directing it at the truth. Yeah. You're speaking truth, but you're not saying what it really means.
Oh, wow. Okay. Guys, we still have one more stop. Two more stops.
3.
Well, on the plane, yeah. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Well, that's one way to keep him there.
I don't know if I should like
applaud her
or like feel sorry for her.
Like that was really creative.
It was, and it worked, but
did she get hurt? Like, was there problems? I mean,
no, but
what was her like?
Well, you know what that means. Oh yeah, see?
Oh, in Slovakia.
That's why he asked about it.
Yeah. We didn't know about this.
I didn't see that one.
We didn't see this one. Of course, a lot of people apparently didn't see this one. Distracting and delaying him. So she seduced him to keep him there until the cops arrived.
Yeah, and again, I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean,
kudos for thinking quick on your feet, but holy cow.
If that's what you got to keep him there, you're not strong enough, but you can do that?
No, again, that's what I'm saying. Creative, you kept him from getting away, that's great, but what is that, like...
What does that do to your psyche, I guess?
That's what I'm thinking. And like
maybe she's just really proud that she was able to hold him there and get him arrested.
And I don't know, something worries me that maybe there's like a kind of a low self-esteem thing there.
Well, no. She it ends it with, take him. I can't anymore.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
That's pretty good. I gotta say, good job, lady.
You know, she was scrubbing her mouth out with like a toilet bowl brush and Ajax.
Whatever she was doing.
Or whatever they
It was unclear how she performed whatever she was doing.
Right.
Or if it was out of fear, but
still, again, that's quick thinking. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But holy cow, like
hopefully you didn't use more than your hand. You know, that's all I'm saying.
No, it says right there.
What? Oh, it does say that, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. That's why I don't understand the whole...
This is Defenders Live.
Well, I totally did not see that coming.
Neither did
she. Or him, for that matter.
Yeah, that's right.
We're not
going there.
We're not going to do this.
We're jumping straight over Slovakia.
We are, but thank you, James,
that's a good story.
Throwing that out there.
Wow,
I kind of wish...
We almost stopped there.
I understand your tweet from earlier now about how,
it makes sense, yeah.
I just wish you'd have sent that along with that tweet earlier because we would have made this a stop for sure.
Yeah.
But
if you have stories, by the way, guys, if you ever have a story you want somebody to read, send it to us. Yeah. We'll look at it, and if we deem it worthy to talk about, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, like we don't have problems with that because I mean, you know, we're two people who have day jobs on top of doing this.
We sometimes don't. I have zero time, bud.
Yeah, anytime y'all find something that you and now one of the main stipulations just is a kind of a secret to kind of help ensure it might get read and we might talk about it. Make sure that no one else is. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the other things. Like, yeah, obviously we're going to talk about some of the main topics of the day.
Yeah.
But if you find something
it's out of the realm of normal or so, because here's the deal.
Almost more than likely it's going to get read, especially if it's something that's in our vein.
Yeah, because here's the thing. And I know a lot of the fans and part of the group and everything
like that. We'd have saved that for
a
Friday, though.
Well, we would. But here's the deal. It is going to be saved for a Friday.
Yeah.
Guess who's going to do this story guaranteed tomorrow?
Brad.
Yep. And so therefore there's no point in us talking about it because he's going to beat it to death.
Yeah, he's going to beat it like a dead horse.
You know, or like she did to this guy. Anyway. But yeah, so he's
going to suck it dry is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's kind of the little secret. If you've got a story that you want us to read about or want us to do, it could be local, it could be national, it could be international.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. If it's something that you think that you would love to hear us pick apart and do, send it to us at doaeshow@gmail.com. You can tweet it at us. You can do whatever. Send us the links that way. You know, and like I said, we'll look over them. And as long as other people haven't already beaten the snot out of it,
we will talk about it.
We will look at it. 9 times out of 10, we'll probably go ahead and do it. Like I said, especially as
we might even just touch on it.
Yeah. So there you go. Shoot us the thing if you want to.
That's right.
Leaving. Where were we at?
We were in Germany. We're going from Germany.
But we made a quick phone call back to the U.S. because we did hear Nancy Pelosi speak.
Yeah, we had
to check in with everything going on back here in the States.
Right.
And now from Germany, we're headed to Russia.
Russia.
Yeah, I can't do Russian, so I'm definitely not going to manipulate this at all.
Try not to. Yeah.
Not even a little
Hello.
bit. Now, see, you're a jerk. When I do that, it
sounds
like an Arab Asian man.
Yeah, I know. I know. Don't do
Hello.
it. In the doll. It's bad. So bad. Please stop. No.
Hello, my name is Boris. See, that's
not right.
I can't do it. I don't know.
You're putting too much emphasis
I know.
on a bunch of stuff.
Wrong. I can't help it. I'm usually pretty good at mimicking.
Not that one.
I can't do it. Gun to head, there's no way in hell I could do it. And
it's fine. You know.
I wish I could, but I can't. So I just do it on occasion to bug the shit out of it.
Please keep going.
Keep going. I can't even. Okay. So, Russia. Apparently, I can't do English either. Russia has arrested its opposition leader, Alexei Navalny.
Navalny?
That's what I said. Navalny.
I can't give that one to you.
Navalny. That's what I said. Navalny.
Yeah.
Navalny.
Alexei Navalny. Yeah.
See, this is why it pays to be able to do Russian, because you could do that and it sound real. Navalny. Why does Navalny's return into the protest against his arrest? What does that mean for Russia and its politics?
Well, you know.
With an eye towards whether Alexei Kovalev. That's what I said, and it doesn't sound right. Stop it. Why do I get stuck with the hard ones? This Alexis person wrote in the New York Times, quote, "Something special just happened in Russia."
Special.
Yeah. So the person who is reading this from the Washington Post, reached out to their colleagues at the Ponars Eurasia. That's what I said. Ponars Eurasia networks and research scholars. What follows are lightly edited versions of some of the many responses. Be sure to check out the second part of the commentary.
Yeah.
So according to Peter Rutland, a professor of government at Wesleyan University, Navalny is pursuing a high-risk, high-reward strategy determined to prevail in what is turning into a personal duel between him and Putin for the soul of Russia.
What, didn't we hear that Putin was going to step down soon?
That's what I heard, but then again...
Maybe that's a lie.
Wasn't there like everybody but one person was saying it was the truth?
Mm-hmm.
And then like they're like, oh no, it's a lie. I don't know.
We'll figure it out soon enough.
But Evgeny Minchenko...
Close enough.
That's where I'm going.
Close enough.
Is right when he argues that what is driving the movement are the grievances of ordinary Russians. The stagnant economy, pervasive corruption, the pandemic. It's not. I can't even. I'm going to pause here for a second on a slight tangent. I hate saying pandemic
because it's not really.
It's not a fucking pandemic.
It's the coronavirus. It's virus.
Anyway, and not the personal fate of Navalny, nor the lavish palaces that Putin's cronies are building.
Yeah.
Navalny has drawn inspiration from the sustained protest of the Belarus and the Russian city
Belarus.
That's what I said, Belarus.
Belarus. Okay.
I'm reading this. Do you want, Mr. Russian expert, would you like to do it properly?
No, you're good.
Because you're going to love me trying to read this next word.
I know.
The Russian city of Khabarovsk.
Khabarovsk.
That's what I said. Khabarovsk.
Anyway, continue on. I did this on purpose.
I know you did.
Makes me so happy.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that somebody is being tickled.
Continue.
I'm going to start making up other stuff.
That's fine. Go ahead. It doesn't matter anyway.
Which showed the depth of popular discontent which continued even after the protest leaders were arrested. Navalny has built a national network that has now proved itself capable of mounting mass protests in dozens of cities. His strategy is simple: to smash Putin's United Russia Party by denying it's a majority in the September 2021 State Duma elections.
Ooh, yeah.
That will also disable United Russia as a tool for the Kremlin relies on to control the regions.
Yeah, so basically Navalny is the massive opposition leader to Putin and what's going on. And yeah, Putin doesn't like this guy at all. And it seems weird that he hasn't just arrested him.
Yeah, it is weird. Like, normally anybody who's in opposition to Putin ends up
Dead. Just dead.
And by some, very strange circumstances, usually shot in the back of the head a couple times.
Poison.
By themselves, yeah. Poisoning themselves. Hanging themselves. Yeah.
Usually while watching porn.
It's really weird. And it always works out.
And always with a letter to their mother.
Uh-huh. Mama, just killed myself.
Ooh. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not reading more.
No, we don't have to worry about it.
I'm not doing...
There's a lot.
There's a lot. It's all a bunch of different opinions from people that are
about the
friends
facades
of this
and
guy
the rest
who
of it,
wrote the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Point is Russia is kind of
also in a tailspin.
Yeah, there's a little bit of disruptions going on over there. Like, so far, everywhere we've gone, including our own country, is kind of
in a tailspin,
dealing with a little bit of brouhaha.
A lot of bit of brouhaha.
Yeah,
especially government-wise. It seems like there's a lot of bad things happening in government.
Like things are falling apart, one might say.
A lot of things are falling apart. But I tell you what, it's not as bad.
As bad as what?
As China.
Well, nothing is as bad as China.
See, China, they toughened their language toward Taiwan recently.
Again.
I
thought we were done. They were done with Taiwan.
No, they're not done. On Thursday, warning after a recent step up in military activity near the island, that independence means war, and that its armed forces were acting in response to provocations of foreign interference. Taiwan, claimed by China as its own territory, reported multiple Chinese fighter jets and bombers entering its southwestern air defense identification zone last week, prompting Washington to urge Beijing to stop pressuring Taiwan.
This is not going to go well.
The same Washington that was told not even last week, a few days ago, to shut the F up.
Yeah.
About what they're doing
is now
saying, hey,
look,
guys, look, we can't be, you shouldn't be pressuring Taiwan. China believes that Taiwan democratically elected government is moving the island towards a declaration of formal independence through Taiwan's president, Tsai Ing-wen.
Mm-hmm.
They've repeatedly said it's already an independent country called the Republic of China.
So
its formal name.
So he's wimping out. I find this fun. Tell me, for anybody who wants to argue it, tell me again that America, for all its faults, for all of its poor management, for all of the crap, tell me that America still doesn't have some sway and some pull in the world.
Right.
Because Trump was in office, and other than dealing with the brouhaha and everything from
none of this crap
from Korea,
none of it.
Nobody pulled anything like this because they actually were afraid of the consequences. They know. And again, I said this last night, and I'm going to probably say this for the next 4 years. The rest of the world knows Biden does not have a spine.
At all.
He has no balls. He does not have the will, the power. He literally is an administrator. He's just there as a seat warmer.
He is literally a puppet for everybody else. That's it.
Yeah, for whoever is controlling it, that's what he is.
He is the face of the Democrat Party.
And the world knows it.
Yeah. He is a puppet emperor, as it would be. You know, he's the guy that's just there. You're using him to say all your stuff and push all your junk, but you know that he doesn't have any sway. He doesn't have any political oomph.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any push to exert.
Because he doesn't want to. Because for some reason he's too busy. I say for some reason he's too worried about making everybody else happy.
His son still has massive investments in Chinese companies. All of them, by the way, are backed by the Chinese government.
Yeah, but there's no problem there.
No problem there, right?
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's not like their family. It's only his son.
I mean, what's a couple million between father and son?
I know, right? That's nothing. It's nothing at all.
Nothing.
Asked at a monthly news briefing. Well, it's
I was going to say father, son, and sovereign nation, but yeah.
Right. Asked at a monthly news briefing about the Air Force's recent activities, Chinese Defense Minister spokesman Wu Jin
Very well. Hashtag nailed it. Hashtag like a native.
said that Taiwan is an inseparable part of China. Quote, the military activities carried out by the Chinese People's Liberation Army in the Taiwan Strait are necessary actions to address the current security situations in the Taiwan Strait and to safeguard national sovereignty and security.
Mm-hmm.
They are a solemn response to the external interferences and provocations by the Taiwanese Independence Force. Wu said that a handful of people in Taiwan were seeking the island's independence.
You know, I was born at night.
You were?
But it wasn't last night. A handful, if it really was a handful of people,
yes,
the Chinese Liberty Army or whatever the hell they call
Liberation
themselves.
Army.
Yeah. They would not have scrambled jets to fly by the island and to try and
scare the crap
out of people. If it was a handful, then what would have happened is they would have sent a couple of espionage people, maybe some assassins. Yeah, and they would have been disappeared and it would have been done and over with. If it was just a handful.
They do what they do to the Uyghurs or the Uyghurs.
Yeah. That's exactly what would happen. And nobody would know anything about anything. This handful would suddenly disappear.
Oh, by the way, Chinese government officials recently came out and said, we have not touched the Uyghur people. Nothing has happened to them. And they are perfectly fine.
Can we talk to them then?
No.
Why not? Why can't we? If they're okay and they haven't done anything.
They don't have phones.
Oh. Well, why not?
Well, it's part of their body purification stuff. They don't do phones.
Oh. Well, do they accept like letters?
Well, yeah, of course.
Can we write them a letter?
Yeah, you can send letters, but they have to be they obviously are going to come through China, so we're going to look at all the letters.
Oh, that's right. So I can't have them like on a video call or nothing?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Like
they don't do technology.
Well, okay, but so like it couldn't be a situation where one of these Chinese people just happens to be standing in front of a group of these guys and then screen call, oh, hi, and there's a whole bunch of them walking in the background and not even talking to them directly. We can't even do that?
No, not at that. No, you can't do that. No.
So we're just supposed to take your word for it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about that either.
I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. And
China's also pushing back on Japan.
Oh, good.
Again.
Oh.
It looks like China is trying to take the entire Pacific. They're starting with they're going back to Taiwan, saying, "Look, hey, we own you, and we're going to take you back." And then they're looking to Japan, and it looks like they're going to try and take Japan again. You know, because conquering Japan is a thing that they've failed to do many times now.
Yep.
They did it once, and now they're going to fail to do it again. But it looks like potentially America is backing Japan on that one.
They have to.
It looks like they are.
They have to. By alliance.
They've at least given word that they're backing them.
But again, by the peace treaties they have signed.
Have to, yeah.
We have to.
Yeah, that you have Godzilla on your side, Japan.
You better be making a phone call. 'Cause I wouldn't trust our government.
You better call somebody to make sure that Godzilla can wake up.
Yeah, because
If you need Godzilla to wake up, you're going to have to send the signal.
Yeah, because I do. I have this very, very bad feeling that we're not going to.
I have a huge feeling that we're not going to.
I don't like it.
If you guys need help, you better send a very clear signal.
Well, no, not even that. Like I don't believe.
I don't think they're going to do anything about Taiwan. I think they're just going to let it happen.
They will.
They're
Because
going to let Taiwan happen. Japan may be a different story. They may actually step up a little bit. They may step up a little bit, but it's no.
I don't see it happening.
I also see this happening. I don't know if it will, but I see them giving military aid to North Korea.
I can see that too. See, because here's all I'm having is flashbacks of when Putin annexed Crimea.
Yeah,
That's all I'm thinking of.
Crimea River.
Yeah, and they did, and it didn't work.
Yeah,
But that's
annexing Crimea and saying, "Well, it's ours anyway.
it's ours now." That's kind of what
it wasn't yours in the first place.
It's
They
what
were
happened
independent."
that happened under Obama,
Yeah.
and now
China's saying,
nope,
well,
Taiwan's ours now.
It's Biden, so Taiwan, you're ours.
China is going to now
you
try
are
to take
ours. Japan.
I have this feel that it's going to happen. We didn't interfere in any of that. Now, granted, I understand we didn't have like a treaty with the Crimea and all that.
Actually, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
See? Okay,
We did.
That makes it even worse. Then that just proves my fear.
We had a defense treaty with Crimea.
And we poo-pooed on it. And see that I'm telling you, this is why I don't have faith that if China takes Taiwan, we're not going to be there. If China takes Japan, we're not going to be there.
That's right. We're not going to be there.
They're going to let it happen.
America's not going to be there because America's not going to go and say, well, we may have a base close enough to you, but we're not going to give you air support.
Close to them. We have bases in Japan. I know. I was stationed there.
I know. That's why we have people in Japan, because we're there.
Yeah.
Like, we have to be there.
Because, that's kind of part of the treaty.
Part of the deal is we
you
have
don't
to have
have a
people there.
military. We do.
We have a military, but you can't have a military. So we're here just in case.
Yeah.
Because we decided you can't have a military. So
Which was
stupid.
I don't know about stupid, but
I understand why.
Yeah. There should have been like a time limit.
Yeah, there should have been a time limit. Like, guys, 40 years.
40 years, 60
know.
years, even this, 75, whatever. Like I understand like a certain time frame, but
Yeah. Like
there needs to be.
they should be able to be. They should be able to run their own.
There needs to be a sunset to this whole thing because
it's like going into the. It's like going into the Middle East. You can't.
Yeah, that makes
can't
them
be there forever.
That makes them beholden to us.
Yeah, that means they have to be
No sovereign country should be beholden to another sovereign country. Period.
to protect them.
Yes.
I mean, if you need help, you need help. And
there's a difference between being an ally and being
literally like you're a protectorate. You're a protectorate. Japan is protectorate now.
Yes. Like, we're allies with Israel.
Yes.
Israel can handle itself.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. We're just there to, so you're getting jumped by 6 people. Gotcha.
All right, we're there.
We
there. Got you, bud. We got you.
Japan is not that way. Japan is...
Literally, it's only China.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, but it doesn't matter. Like, you're being attacked at all. We have to be in, and
we are here.
We are the front.
Yes.
It's
We are the first responders in that way. So make sure that you pack your bag, put it back in the
on our
storage
last
containers.
stop.
We have one more stop to go, and let's get it there.
This is fantastic. France is reeling from claims and revelations of incest. Incest. Well, think about it. The entire world is on lockdown because of the fake-demic and all that jazz. You kind of have to have something to do. And so apparently people who are being locked in homes with their family are doing the do with their family because they don't want to catch COVID. It began with a book.
A book.
Doesn't it always begin with a book?
Not always.
Sometimes. It began with a book by a sister of an alleged victim. Her own twin brother abused sexually throughout his teens. Allegedly. By his stepfather, Oliver Duhamel. Duhamel. Camille Kochner, her book La Familia Grande, which is weird.
Large family.
Which is weird because that's not French, has blown the lid off a massive social problem. What happened to her brother is classified as incest in France and in other countries. It would be called child sex abuse.
Yeah.
All the more damaging because it's perpetuated by persons in loco parientes. Crazy parents. Nonetheless, there has been a huge reaction with other people coming forward to state that they too have been sexually abused. 1 in 10 people in France have experienced some degree of sexual abuse within their family.
What?
The group, France à la Inceste, Facing Up to Incest, says its research also revealed that most often the victim is a girl, and most often an uncle is the abuser. A hashtag Me Too, a pound Me Too incest, was quickly coined, and people are starting to share it and share their personal shock stories on the social medias.
So while everything is going on with all the governments and ever blah, 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 blah around the world, France is apparently not a pandemic. It's not a pandemic.
No,
but it is a problem.
Yeah, what would you call it?
Like, I don't know.
There's an actual word for it. It's God, I feel like I'm
like an epidemic?
That's it, epidemic.
It's an epidemic, not a pandemic. It's an epidemic.
Apparently
Of incest.
1 in 10.
1 in 10?
That's
a lot.
A lot.
That's a lot.
That's insanely a lot.
I mean,
Like, you realize that 1 in 10 people saying that they have been sexually assaulted by a family member, that 1 in 10 is more than the amount of people who've died from COVID.
yeah.
Just so we're clear.
France's estimated population is 65 million people.
So 1 in 10.
So 6.5
million people. That's a lot. Holy cow, that is a lot.
Jeez.
And again, I understand it's France. There's a lot wrong with France.
There is a lot wrong with France.
Their
accent being one.
Their
attitude being another.
Yeah, their food being another.
Well, it depends on the food. Some of the food's okay. I like croissant.
That's it.
You like croissant? You like
if you like bread and salads,
And
you're
cheese.
fine. And their cheese are hit or
Some
miss.
of it's good. And their wines are all right.
And no, you want wine, you go to like Italy.
No, you get French wine.
No, I'm not a fan of French wine as much.
Some of it's good.
Some of it is, but it's not
okay.
It's not worth redeeming the country over, that's for sure.
Right. But then you have things like escargot. Sorry.
I'm good. I can't even eat like oysters, clams.
I can't do that either, but I'm allergic to them, so.
Hold on, but I can't because like I've tried.
Yeah. You're like, oh.
I did. It's like the world's biggest loogie, and I'm intentionally putting it down my throat. No, thank you.
Nope, not happening.
No, not today, Satan.
Just think about how she feels.
That's not right. We're talking about incest in France. That's not good. But I mean, think about it like that. France, of all places, like it's kind of like, to me, that would be the last place you would think of for all its other faults and things that we could poke fun at about it.
True.
That's kind of like the last thing I would have thought of going on there.
Well, yeah, okay.
I'm just saying, that's a lot. 6.5 million approximated having been sexually assaulted.
That's a lot.
That's incredible.
1 in 10. And if you just basic math, if you're saying 1 in 10, that's 6.5. 6.5 million people that can claim sexual abuse from their family.
Kevin Hutch is over on Twitter. France is desperately trying to compete with the Catholic Church. That's what it sounds like.
They are the Catholic Church.
They are Haven't you heard? Italy has fallen. Oh.
Italy is dead. And by the way, the Rome and the Vatican is completely different.
Yeah, which is a whole nother discussion.
Vatican City is completely run on its own. It has nothing to do with the government in Italy.
It used to be.
It used to be the government.
And now it's not. Oh, well.
It used to be my playground.
Well, that was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed our trip around the world. Please make sure you collected all your baggage. Get your crap off my plane. We'll see you tomorrow 9 p.m. Eastern. Go to mojo50.com.
Yep.
Check out all the other awesome hosts and shows going on over there. Follow us on all the social medias at DOA Show.
That's at DOA Show.
If you got, use the hashtag arm yourselves. If you got, as we mentioned earlier, if you got a suggestion of an article that you think you want us to hear or read, shoot us an email, drop us a line at doaeshow@gmail.com. You could also, copy the link and send it to any of our social medias.
Yep.
Go to our website, doaeshow.com. 3 more days, and we do the drawing for the Bevan Bell. You become a Defender, and you can get your name in that hat.
Oh, yeah.
Also a T-shirt and all kinds of other cool stuff that we've got planned going on.
Yep.
Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Yes, check out the great selection of coffees and chocolates and teas they've got over there. You will not be sorry, I promise you that.
So friggin' good.
It's amazing.
All right.
We'll see y'all tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Get your stuff and get out.
Bye, y'all.